the Deputy National Organizer for the National Democratic Congress. Elikem, thank you very much for joining me. You've heard the request of the NPP wing. What do you make of the request?
Thank you so much, and good afternoon to your viewers. In the first place, I think the youth wing of the National New Patriotic Party has been very dormant for so long and very inactive, and think that stories such as these are trying to foment matters of this nature around the person of the former president will make them relevant, especially the youth organizer who has been in comatose ever since he was elected into office. I am disappointed that as a young man, he has chosen vile and unorthodox ways of validating the positions that his people elected him to, having proven that he is a square peg in a round hole. I want to tell your cherished viewers to ignore what they are doing. In the first place, if you listen to the gentleman, a lot doesn't add up. You were involved in an incident of this nature, and immediately you were bandaged and all of that, and you took to the media instead of taking to the police to lodge the complaint for a proper and thorough investigation to be conducted into such a matter. So if you listen carefully, a lot does not add up. And in line with state protocol, former President John Mahama does not move with those private macho men. He is provided police or provided security by the state. And so many things the gentleman said didn't add up at all. It was all just calculated in an attempt to want to tarnish the image of the flag bearer of the NBC, the next president of Ghana. And most importantly, I would rather want to even advise the NPP to advise their supporters that if you attend a program of such nature where you are aware that the former president or the flag bearer of the NDC is present, who you are opposed to, you should conduct yourself in a very well manner. This is not in any way to justify, but if indeed that had happened and I was there, I would ask that they dealt with him more than he's seen himself, because that should teach a lesson not only to him but to the NDC as well. You don't attend a program that statesman, or let's say Baumia or Mahama is attending speaking, and you want to interjecting the way he narrated that he was interjecting and doing what he was doing. It was very reckless and irresponsible coming from the person. And don't forget that he is the thing organizer, he's the Tescon Organizer of the NPP. So why would you want to go there and rather be reckless and irresponsible in your conduct as you went there to listen to the former president? Nothing of that sort happened. Kindly disregard him.
You said if you were there, you would have asked, you would have supported the way he was handled. Is that you supporting the whole scenario, especially the way he was handled?
He was not handled in any way, unless you did not listen to me carefully as a media person. Nobody touched him. It's a calculated attempt by them to just foment trouble and to just spread false news. But I am saying that people of such character need to be taught any lessons. Even if it is an NDC person, we must, as young persons, conduct ourselves in manner that is deserving of young men and women in tertiary institutions. And it is why I'm putting on record that nothing of that sort happened. However, if they continue in such manner, people may be angry and can visit mayhem on them. And this is a free advice to anybody, not only in the NPP, but in the NDC as well. I will not attend a program where the vice president or the failed vice president is attending and want to be casting insinuations at him, knowing very well that 95% of the people there would probably be his followers or loyalists. It's a suicidal mission he actually embarked on. He's very lucky that nobody touched him, and because nobody touched him and the ultimate aim was not achieved, they have to go and do this. I think you in the media should reach out to this gentleman, inquire from him further details, which hospital he attended to, secure the report from the hospital. He also mentioned that he had a hernia surgery. Let us get to the veracity of the stories he mentioned. And you see, when you are lying, you get exposed in your own speech. He even said that his iPod, which was in his ear, was taken from him. I am not aware that we put iPod in our ears. And no one can say it was just a mere slip of tongue. An airport is not the same as an airport.
Elikem, the NDC has been taking steps to increase their popularity, especially in the Ashanti region. Do you think such incidents might cast a certain bad publicity on the NDC, especially in the Ashanti region?
I'm repeating for the third time to you as a journalist that no such thing happened. So when you question me saying that, do I think it's such incident?
I'm not doubting you saying that it happened.
Yes.
I'm just saying with this kind of stories coming up from the NPP, do you think it might affect
it will not. Absolutely not. The reason being that you and our cherished viewers are fully aware of the persona of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He's one individual who does not in any way condone acts of violence. He has stated this on many occasions, that he does not even want blood on his hands. He doesn't want any of such things, and he only advises that we should not be pushed to the wall. But the people of Ashanti region are discerning people. If you look at the track record of the NDC's votes in the last elections, we actually increased the votes in the Ashanti region compared to 2016. And therefore, this is not in any way going to affect the fortunes of the NDC in the Ashanti region, because we believe they are very discerning people who could tell that this is just a deliberate orchestration by supposed young men who are expected to know better, but rather submitted themselves to be used by a political party to champion a certain cause, which is not healthy for our political discourse.
Thank you very much, Elikem. I have been speaking to Elikem Kotoko, who is the Deputy National Organizer of the National Democratic Congress. And he was speaking on the issue of the attack on a student by an alleged bodyguard of the former President John Mahama at Kumasi. Away from that, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has called on Ghanaians to demand a change.
What am I saying?
We are enjoying it.
These are things that if you are very particular about, you means words to say Ekufuado Iwudini. You won't. What said that Boapaye? Obano, now I hear who say, oh, you join. But no, ye pateku. What for join woman at the Efra? Oh, ye any mobo, ebesreo, monsome. I catch a gun for say no, on Tissa. When you are Brassier, or your hand time, and yes, or your jampo, only be was send a weddy. What Tony Papasica in Nipapeja Padia in this canon. We were telling people who the person Ekufuado is. Sabrano, people were like, okay, Nipat Mrs. Now you catch a man for say debut, Nipas, son, and man as na nipa de mi le poku de metie the way a hu mi nei sa na metie emre ne betimi asesa na nipa yen sesa. We were telling people say no, you may see him in this manner because of emra asesa. When we are papa sika no won pass adi papa na wu wo de ahometie Ekufuado ni papa de ahometie na wu ye o wu no boni dua edua ni nya no Emma papa no eja pade nyina Ekufuado sabe ton di edu baby no ni nua bomti no mo nkasa no mo ko. They were fighting. When they call baby I met Bomti with his friends. Now no did Ekufuado atem, and then they are the best of friends because Emra asesa otoja pade ton hotel change bed sheet keke meka na man for change bed sheet keke went me and change bed sheet and give me coffee, just breakfast and bread, a bed. Oh, when Timmy and Mammy, what town hotel net discount? The beer yet the obey, I'm an afena, a drew baby nanny him on one nama, why ye draw, but drama in him, said you be of French and we no craft remove bar, a drone Dawson. Cocaine ni more bra, make it so, cocaine ni bien over yes, with my brother. A say or bra. Say they were ye only ferry only shame me Ekufuado say me papa na Ekufuado me doing make ma e bi kwa ma kan drama na wu me papa no na ma kan because a shame to abusua to have such a person in your midst. Only ferry say wo gu adwuma. People don't even know this guy is an addict. They don't know Ken Ofoyata is an addict. They don't know. or you cocaine addict, or you addict, or be a nimuno. People know him. Me personally, I have people that know him. I have people that ever served him and know he's an addict. People don't know. People don't know how it feels to have such people in governance.
Charles,
people don't know. People don't know how it is like.
No,
I'm just trying. I'm just trying to let people feel how it is like. Oh, so if you look at the value chain and the kind of businesses are collapsing now, limiting it, say banking sector collapse and a clean up, you are limiting the scope.
No correct.
Because you're very broad. Even to the shoe shine. The shoe shine that shines the shoes of the many workers of banks. And my almost a hail and China as I was what you call shoemaker. No, ye as here hail no, not no the full flash. No, I just a crash in the bottom. To the latter. Do you know how many businesses have collapsed? So when I hear people that are supposed to widen the scope, limit the scope, now I'm very pained because any bank in Omugu, no, they collapsed a chunk of businesses.